Today on Stock Charts in Focus, we're organizing your Stock Charts experience, setting you up with the top 5 most important tools and features you need to be using on a daily basis, positioned in 5 different browser tabs. This is a trick that I've personally done with my own account for a long time. It really does organize your Stock Charts experience. If you're on the site every single day, 5 of the most important tools in the same browser window gives you a go-to tool that you can use every single day. You don't have to open up new tabs every single time. Plus, we're going to show you how it's all built into ACP as a bonus. So if you're an ACP user, you've got all 5 tabs in one place. So lots to cover on the show today. Of course, you know what it is. It's all new. It's all here. It's Stock Charts in Focus. All right, my friends, welcome to the show, Stock Charts in Focus. Of course, our product focus show here on the channel where we dig into the site, dive into the tools, walk you through the features, and ultimately help you get more value out of Stock Charts. That's our mission here on this show every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time up on the live channel. Also up on our YouTube channel after that, and the on-demand platform at StockChartsTV.com. You've got lots of ways to watch. My name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. Wonderful to be back with you as always for another episode of the show. Today's show a little bit different. We're actually going to spend a little less time on the tools and the features themselves, showing you how to use the website. We're going to talk sort of at a 30,000 foot level about using the website, how to actually use the website in terms of kind of organizing your browser experience. As I mentioned in the opening, this is something that I have done for a very long time. I love to show people this. It's such a simple little thing. Most people see it and they go, wow, I could have thought of that. Why haven't I been doing that? But it really does organize your Stock Charts experience. So what we are going to do today, we're going to take 5 of the most important features, 5 of my favorites, 5 of the ones you should be using on a daily basis, 5 of the ones that you probably are using on a daily basis. We're going to talk about sort of why each one matters, but what we're going to do is we're going to put those in 5 different browser tabs. Now, the idea, which you can get sort of right off the bat here, is if you leave this browser window with these 5 tabs open on your computer, whether you're using a Mac or a PC, you leave a browser window open with these 5 tabs across it, it's going to really sort of streamline your process, make it even easier to access those different tools across the website without having to open up new pages every single time. So in my case, I've got something very, very similar to this. I've got all 5 of these tabs plus a couple others, but I've got all 5 of these tabs open in the same browser window every single day. So when I open my laptop and I jump into a browser, I personally use Chrome, but you could be using Safari, Firefox, Edge, whatever your browser is. You can leave this window open with these tabs and you won't have to worry about opening up new tabs every single time you come to Stock Charts. Super simple concept. We've kind of run through the whole thing there, but we're going to show you those 5 tabs that you can leave open in the same window to really streamline your Stock Charts experience. Along the way, we're also going to talk about why these tools matter, why you should be using them on a daily basis. I'll hit you with the knowledge you need of different tools and features around Stock Charts, but really these probably are the tools that you're already using on a daily basis. Now, as a little bonus at the end of the show, we're going to jump over to ACP. We're going to show you actually how these 5 incredibly important, crucial features, again, that you should be and probably are using on a daily basis. I'm going to show you how those are actually built into ACP already. All in one place, you have all of these things in ACP. So we're going to show you that. That's the beauty of ACP. You don't really have to navigate between tabs. You can just leave one thing open, one screen open, one tab open, window, whatever it is, and you've got access to all of these different things from within that platform. So we'll show you that quick highlight at the end of the show. So with that out of the way, let's jump over to Stock Charts and get going. So believe it or not, we are not starting with the charts. We're starting with the most important browser tab that you need to leave open in your Stock Charts specific window, and it's actually not the charts. Now we are going to make it easy though, because this is the first page you see when you log into StockCharts. It's the members dashboard. On this show, many times, you guys know that I've called this the heart and soul of StockCharts. The dashboard is the first page you see when you log in, but it really is kind of your portal to the rest of the website. And most importantly, there is a ton on this page. It's an amazing tool in and of itself. So first and foremost, I highly recommend you leave the dashboard open, or maybe even on the left side, so it's the first tab in the window. If you leave the dashboard up at all times, it's going to be, like I said, a great portal to the rest of the website, but an amazing way to kind of follow the markets right from here. So let's talk about this page really quickly. Again, we're not going to highlight all of the different tools and features that we're going to run through today, everything about each of these different features, but we'll give you the sort of the overview. So the dashboard, like I said, first page you see when you log in. The portal aspect of this starts over here on the left. This member tools area, you can scroll through this to access any of the tools and features around the website. You can see that we actually keep this up to date. So when we launch new things like our option summary tool, our earnings calendar, those get added in here as well. But anything that you want to access around StockCharts, you should be able to find it here in this member tools area. Now we highlight on this show quite a bit the charts and tools page. That's another amazing directory. You can click up here in the top left corner to get there. But a lot of those tools and features that are highlighted on that charts and tools page, they're also built into the dashboard right here in the member tools section. So this is kind of your portal to the rest of the website. But also, if you have scans and alerts turned on your dashboard, we'll show you that in just a second. You've got quick access to your chart lists, your scans, and your alerts right from here. So if you click, for instance, the chart list button, that's going to scroll you right down the dashboard, give you quick and easy access to all of your chart lists. That's a very important feature of StockCharts. We're going to touch on that in just a minute. Now, if we go back up to the top though, like I said, there's a ton here that you can actually configure. And I find that this is the way that I follow the markets on a daily basis. We've talked about all the features of the dashboard in the past. We'll try to put a link down in the description below to the last show that we did on the dashboard. But there is a ton here and more coming soon. More on that later. That's a little sneak peek of some of the things that are coming later this year. We're going to be expanding the dashboard later this year. We've got some amazing tools and features coming to this, but you can actually configure all of these different panels on the dashboard and set this up for the way that you want to watch the markets. So the thing that you need to make sure you've done is click up here in the top right corner, click that gears icon and turn on any of the rows, the dashboard rows that you want to see. If you want to summarize a couple of your key chart lists, you can turn on that chart list panels drawer or row. If you want to add charts directly to your dashboard, you can turn on the chart panels row. Make sure that scans and alerts are turned on if you use those features, very crucial. And most importantly, in some sense, the additional data panels row. That's the first one in that list. That one is huge, gives you a lot more data right here on the dashboard. You can also get articles and StockCharts TV right on this page if you turn on that commentary row. So select the things that you want in this dashboard preferences menu, that little window, again, that gears icon in the top right. And from there, you can actually start to configure any of these panels. So I've set mine up with the market overview in the middle. That's the default. I've got the sector summary as the panel to the right of that. You can change any of these just by hitting this little more link and opening up any of these. So you've got a lot of different options, different ways to configure these panels. I've put the sector summary to the right of the market overview, so it gives me a sense of what the markets are doing. I can click through these different tabs to get a sense of different asset classes, and I can even click through any of the different indexes in this list to see a quick chart of that. From there, I can see what the sectors are doing. Then I've set mine up with the market movers panels next. So again, I've selected market movers right here. I've got the market movers in the S&P 500 and the market movers in the S&P 400, large caps and mid caps right there. And then I want to keep an eye on popular symbols. So for fun, I've got the ticker cloud right next to that. I summarize a couple of my different chart lists on this page, and then I've actually set up specific charts on my dashboard for large caps, mid caps, and small caps. So at a glance, I can see a ton about what's happening in the markets and even in my portfolio, my watch list, things like that. The dashboard has a ton. I can run scans right from here. I can see alerts right from here. And again, I can access any of my chart lists. So the dashboard is, again, the heart and soul of StockCharts, especially if you are a member. first page you see when you log in, but an amazing tool and an amazing resource for following the markets, keeping an eye on what's happening. So that is your first tab that you're going to want to leave open in your StockCharts browser window. Now, once you've set that up, once you've got the members dashboard over there on the left, your first tab, the next one, of course, is going to be the charts. StockCharts.com, you got to have charts. You're going to want quick access to any chart that you could ever want to see. So the next tab that you're going to leave up is the SharpCharts Workbench. Just like what I have in my personal setup, I have the SharpCharts Workbench open all the time. So whenever I want to pull up a symbol, I've got quick access to that. I can just click right over to this tab and type in any symbol that I want to see. And I've got the SharpCharts Workbench here. Now, if you're a SharpCharts user, if you're a StockCharts user, you are probably familiar with this page. We're not going to talk about all the different tools and features, but the key is that you're going to always want to leave that SharpCharts Workbench open in this browser window. So when you come, you're scrolling through the dashboard, let's say, and you say, oh, NVIDIA, I wonder how the chart of NVIDIA is doing. Well, you could click on this and navigate away from the dashboard, or if you have this second tab open, you can just click over to that tab, type in NVDA, hit enter, and there you go. Now we got a quick chart of NVIDIA right here open in our SharpCharts Workbench tab. Of course, we can set this up with our chart style buttons over here on the left. We can save all of our different charts, save all of our different chart styles, customize anything that we want to do on this page. The world is our oyster here on the SharpCharts Workbench. But the idea is that we want quick access to our charts at any time. So we definitely want to leave a tab open with that SharpCharts Workbench. That one kind of sells itself. You guys know that tab very, very well. You know that feature very, very well. Always want to have access to our charts. So that's our second tab. We've got our members dashboard first and foremost. And that's going to give us a window to the rest of the site, a window to what's happening in the markets. We got our second tab up. That's going to be our charts, our SharpCharts Workbench. Third tab up is going to be one that you might not be using. You should be, but you might not. That's going to be the symbol summary page. So quickly, to get there, you can actually come up to the top of any page around the site, open up that menu right at the top of the screen. You can see that you have a ton of different options in there. You can even star the one that's going to be your favorite. So if you're an ACP user, you might want to star that. If you're a SharpCharts user, you might want to star that. If you fall in love with the symbol summary page after today's show, you might want to star that one. Anything that you star here on that device, your laptop, your tablet, your phone, they're all going to be different devices, so it's going to be device specific. But anything that you star in this menu, when you navigate over to another page around StockCharts on that device, that entry will actually be selected in this menu up top. So again, if symbol summary becomes your favorite tool, you want to keep that one as sort of the default for this menu, this chart menu up at the top. You can actually star that from any page. So you can select symbol summary from that menu and type in a ticker symbol, but you're going to leave that tab open. Once you've done that for the first time, you're going to leave that tab open. That's going to be our third tab that we have in our StockCharts window. So of course, I've got that open already. We were looking at Cabot before, so we've got Cabot open here on the symbol summary page. Quick thing, one other way that you can actually get here from the SharpCharts Workbench, if you're on this page, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see that you actually have a link right there to symbol summary. When you give that a click, that's going to open up the symbol summary page for anything that you are charting on this page. So if I gave that a click right now, that would actually open up NVIDIA on the symbol summary page. So anyways, your third tab that you're going to have open at all times in that StockCharts window is going to be the symbol summary page. I love this tool. I love showing it to people. It is it's relatively new to the website, something that we've only had for a couple of years, but it is a fan favorite. It is one of my favorites. I think this thing is just an excellent research tool, an excellent tool for navigating around stock charts and researching different symbols, stocks, ETFs in particular. And there is a ton here and actually more coming. Giving you another sneak peek of more things that are coming to the site pretty soon. We're going to have even more coming to this symbol summary page. It's only getting bigger and better from here. We're going to be bringing more earnings data to it, more fundamentals, lots coming. So we'll keep you posted on all of that. But as it stands now, the symbol summary is an amazing page. You can even see that before and after the market, as you can see right here, you get pre and post market data right on this page for any symbols that you are researching that are trading in those pre and post market sessions. There's a ton here though. And like I said, this is kind of that high level research tool. So let's say you were looking at Cabot, you were looking at the chart of Cabot because the stock has been doing well, and then you want to kind of dig a little deeper, go beyond the chart. Well, Symbol Summary is the tool that you can use to do it. This is going to tell you a ton, and we're going to run out of time on the show if we review everything that we have here. But of course, you get your high level details. Again, pre and post market session. You'll also get that after hours data right up at the top here. You get market cap and volume up in the header. And you do have some quick actions up here, which are very, very helpful. If you want to add this to a specific chart list, you can hit that big green button, store this in one of your chart lists that you have created in your account. Or if you decide that you actually want to set an alert for this specific symbol, you can hit that create alert button that pops up that little window, and you can quickly and easily create an alert on the fly right from here. You get some mini charts. You can actually flip through different time frames. So see how this has been doing on the short-term time frames up to 1 month and 6 month time frames, and then out to 1 year and 5 year charts even. So you can get that kind of longer term view right from here. You got quick links down at the bottom as well to some of those different tools. Summary data, things like obviously open, previous close, day range, 52-week range, all-time high. That's a fun one to have on here. You also get next and last earnings dates right here in the summary as well. So a lot of different things that you're going to want to keep an eye on. So that kind of high-level summary data right there. Then we drill into fundamentals. We drill into some specific technicals. A really fun one is the distance from the 20, the 50, and the 200 period moving averages. Some key technical moving averages. We've also got some different performance values there, so you can see how Cabot has done over the last 5 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, year to date, and 1 year, in addition to a couple of other technical values in there as well. Down below that, you can see the scooter rank, see how this has been moving also over the last couple of months. We can see Cabot here with a 71, pretty strong on the scooter, might be accelerating too if you look at the chart. This is a nice setup right now. We've got earnings and analyst ratings, again, coming soon. But down below that, you also have the corporate profile. So this will give you a description of what this company does, give you a sense of the company's size as well from an employee kind of head count. And even if you're interested, an address, a link to the website, and of course, sector and industry data there as well. Below that, some of the features that I actually love the most on this symbol summary page, predefined scans. If this symbol has triggered any predefined scans recently, you will actually see those right here. So if it's broken out to a new 52-week high, for instance, you'll actually see that right here on this page. Any alerts that you've set for this symbol, those will show up here, any price alerts. And then below that, you can actually use this ChartLists feature to see where you've saved this symbol in your account if you have. So this is actually a feature that I use a lot. In my case, I actually use this to quickly determine whether something's in the S&P 500, 400, or 600, because those chart lists exist in my account. So when I come here, I can quickly see, oh, Cabot is in the S&P 400 because I've saved it into that S&P 400 chart list. So one sort of fun use of this chart list area. But this is a great place to go if you're saying, you know that I had a chart of NVIDIA and I saved it to a list. It was one of the chart lists in my account. Which one was it? We can jump over to this symbol summary page and actually quickly find that. This will sort of search your chart lists for you. Any place that you've saved this symbol, that'll show up right here. And then of course you've got quick links to a couple of those different key features. So if you want to pull up a sharp chart or an ACP chart of this symbol, jump over to gallery view, a PNF chart, point and figure chart, or a seasonality chart. You've got those right here. So that's kind of a quick run through of the symbol summary page. Again, one of my favorites. I love this thing. It is fantastic for researching different symbols, fantastic for keeping an eye on earnings dates as well. If you're wondering when something reports earnings, jump over to that symbol summary page. Or even easier, you're going to have that tab open because this is your third tab that you're going to keep open in that StockCharts window. So you're going to jump over to that symbol summary page, punch in that ticker symbol. You'll quickly have access to pre and post market data, earnings dates, and fundamentals, all of that good stuff right here on the symbol summary. So that is our third tab. Our fourth tab is going to be chart list. I mentioned that this was one we were going to come back to. So in our fourth tab, moving right along here, we've got chart lists. Now, I always love to leave a tab open with one of my chart lists. Doesn't really matter which one, doesn't really matter which view, but I want to have quick access to my chart lists. I said that the dashboard is the heart and soul of StockCharts. Charts, obviously, one of, if not the most important feature, but chart lists, if they're not number one, I would say they're number two. Chart lists are really how you make StockCharts work for you. This is how you can save and organize your charts, but it's also how you can start to build your process directly into StockCharts. We did some specials actually in the last couple of weeks on the final bar. Dave was off for the holiday that we had on Monday. And so a couple of us actually jumped in there and gave some thoughts on kind of how to use chart lists as part of your process. Fantastic. If you haven't seen that, definitely check out the final bar playlist on our YouTube channel. We've got some great content from that holiday episode that we did. But chart lists, incredibly important. I think you should always leave a tab open to any of your chart lists. The key is that this is going to allow you to quickly jump around to any list that you want to see. So right now, for instance, we've got what I call my tier 1 watch list, and that's open to summary view. But let's say I'm charting something over here on that SharpCharts tab, and I suddenly say, oh, you know what? I want to see if this is actually in my watch list. Well, I can jump over to any chart list that I want just by navigating through this little menu. And if I wanted to jump over to a specific view, I've got that right here. Having your chart lists open in a tab is incredibly helpful. There's so many different uses of chart lists. You can put your watch lists in them. You can put your portfolio in them. You can put different market evaluation lists. You can do things like we were saying, put the S&P 500 and 400 and 600, the Dow, the NASDAQ 100, all those things can exist in chart lists in your account. So having quick access to your chart lists in a dedicated tab, I think is a great way to kind of streamline your workflow. So if you're familiar with chart lists, if you're a StockCharts user, hopefully you are, that is another one that's probably going to sell itself. I don't have to say too much on it. Having a chart lists tab is an incredibly important little workflow tip there for our little process today. So that's going to be our fourth tab. And again, super, super easy to jump through different lists. So if we wanted to jump to, for instance, here's my daily market evaluation list, we can jump over to that one. We can choose a different view if we wanted to look at this in chart book view, for instance, or maybe we want to edit the things that are in this list if it was a watch list or something like that. Again, super easy to kind of navigate through your chart list from here. So having that tab open in its own tab as part of that StockCharts browser window gives you quick access to those chart lists. So that is our fourth one. We've got our dashboard, we've got our SharpCharts, we've got our symbol summary page, and we've got our chart lists. The fifth one is going to be scans. Hopefully you're a scanning user. You're using our advanced scanning workbench. If you are kind of new to scanning, we've got many tutorials. There's a lot of different resources that you can use. You can access your scans from the dashboard, but also from this menu right in the top. Hit your scans. That'll take you right over to here. But I love to have quick access to my scans. I love to be able to run those quickly whenever I need. On the fly as I'm going through my day, if I suddenly say, hey, I want to scan for stocks making a new 6-month high. I've got all those scans that I've saved into my account. You can see them right here. Lots and lots of scans. Having quick access to this, though, to be able to run scans whenever I need is a helpful feature. Now, this has become a little bit more infrequent for me because we now have our scheduled scans feature, another tab sort of within here. So you can actually schedule your scans to run at a specific time. But still, I think that scanning is an incredibly valuable feature and a tab that you should definitely have open at all times. So that sort of rounds out our 5. We've got our dashboard, we've got our charts, we've got our symbol summary research tool, we've got our chart lists for saving and organizing our charts, and finally, we've got our scan workbench for running those technical scans and finding new opportunities that exist out there in the market. So that's kind of if you are a SharpCharts user. But let's say you've sort of joined the new side of StockCharts that's come in the last couple of years. We have a second way to chart and analyze the markets using that more kind of interactive, dynamic, fluid, all-in-one charting package that we call ACP. If you're an ACP user, you might know that all of these tabs that we just looked at exist in that platform. if you're new to ACP, let's jump over to that platform and take a look. Kind of like we did with the symbol summary page, we can get there in a number of ways, but the easiest one is going to be to jump up to that menu at the top of any page around StockCharts, select ACP, type in a ticker symbol, hit enter, and we're going to be off to the races. Now, I've already opened ACP in another tab, and I will say I actually use SharpCharts and ACP together. There are lots of ways that you can use these things together. I find that it works beautifully, but all of those tabs that we just showed you that exist outside of ACP, all those different features, they actually exist right here in ACP as well. So let's run through that really, really quickly. Again, the idea behind ACP is that the charts are really kind of fluid. You can scroll through time, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can do a lot with the charts. If we go through our 5 tabs really quickly, again, we had that members dashboard that gave us kind of a look into what's happening in the markets. Well, that exists here in ACP over on the right side of the screen. If we click that globe icon, we've got our market summary. That tells us what's happening across those different asset classes, tells us what's happening with the sector spiders and all of these different groups that we have in here. The components of the Dow, they're all listed out in here. So we've got quick access to market summary details, also things like the market movers for different things like the S&P 500, 400, 600, just like we were looking at. We've also got scooter reports. We've got the ticker cloud. All of those different things exist over here on the right. So that's sort of the dashboard component of our 5 tabs. Obviously, in the middle of the screen, we have our charts. So that obviously exists here in ACP. You can create those layouts too, up to 12 charts on the screen. You've got lots of options. Our third tab was symbol summary. So over here, back on the right, we've got a symbol summary tab that we can actually open up. That's going to give us all of those same things: summary, fundamentals, technicals. It all exists over here on the right side of ACP as well. We've got chart lists in 2 places up at the top. Again, on the right, we've got a panel here where you can open up your ACP chart lists. You can even view your SharpCharts chart list in here as well. But you can obviously view your chart lists right here in ACP. And then down at the bottom of the screen, you can also open up what we call the chart lists drawer to see your chart lists down here. So you've got chart lists open right there in ACP. And our 5th tab was the scanning workbench. You can actually run scans right here from ACP. That 2nd tab down, again over there on the right. You've got access to all of your saved scans. You can run any of those in just a single click, get those results back, and quickly pull up a symbol for any of those. And you can even run predefined scans here. So if you're new to scanning, this is a great place to come. You can choose from any of the predefined scans that we've actually written for you. For instance, if you wanted to look for, well, we'll do new 52-week highs right here. You don't have to write that scan yourself. You can actually just come to ACP, click that, just like you can do on the predefined scans workbench. You can run those scans from ACP, get those results back right from here. So all those 5 tabs that we talked about, those 5 key features, they also exist here in ACP. So that is going to do it for us on today's show, a whirlwind tour of 5 of my favorite, most important features. Again, the idea here, instead of having to open up all these different tools every time you need them, open up one browser window, kind of dedicate that to StockCharts, have those 5 tabs open for you, and you can quickly and easily navigate between these very important, very crucial features that you're probably already using on a daily basis. If you're an ACP user, you've also got all of that built into really one tab. You've got all those different features already in ACP. So lots to explore, lots of ways to get more out of StockCharts with these 5 features. If you're new to any of these, hopefully this has given you a sense of kind of what those can do, why they're there, how they can help you out, how they can fit into your process. So this has been a fun tour showing you not really how to use the website necessarily, but how to set up the website, again, so that you can get more value out of StockCharts. That's our mission on this show every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, up on the live channel, also up on our YouTube channel after that, and the on-demand platform at StockChartsTV.com. Again, my name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts. It's been so good to be with you. I'll see you again soon for another episode. But until then, chart on, my friends. Hey, Grayson Roze here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.